Hi everyone. It's been a while, but it's time for What's New Wednesday. And we have something very, very special that we want to share with you today. So, turning it over to you, Julie Madlin, director of this museum.
It has been a while. I can't believe it's been that long since we've been back, but here we are.
Well, you've been kind of busy. You've been
Really
attending
busy.
conferences and lots of other stuff.
Went to a really great conference down in Long Island and learned a lot. So that was really fun. And then it's just been super busy here at the museum on Wednesdays.
Yeah, it has.
So honestly, I think there was 1 or 2 weeks where we didn't have time to actually stop and do it.
I think you're right.
So here we are. We're finally back.
Yay.
And we got this really cool item from Barb Barlow and her sister.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is a nurse's cape.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm going to model it. And it's actually kind of cool in here today. So this feels really good.
That's beautiful.
This is absolutely beautiful. It's got buttons that I'm not going to button because I'm kind of a klutz and, I don't know what would happen. But here are the buttons. So it does button. It is made out of wool. And today that feels really good because it's wet and rainy and cold. And the inside of this is really beautiful too.
It is beautiful.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
That looks like it's really well made.
It is. It's very well made. And it's extremely warm and toasty. So this is just beautiful.
I understand that you brought this in to show some students recently.
I did. We had just gotten it, I think, last week, and I had to do some class visits at OFA, and I brought this in to show the 7th graders. And actually, I didn't notice until I got there that it actually has ABHH on there, A. Barton Hepburn Hospital.
And it's embroidered right there.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Wow.
Yep. And so the kids were very excited to see this. They thought this was a Revolutionary War. They thought this was George Washington's uniform, part of his uniform.
Oh, wow.
And I said, I wish, but no, it is not. And the really cool thing about this, I mean, it's a really cool artifact, but what's really neat is that the family actually gave us some other information about this. And we were talking earlier, Ann and I were talking earlier, and Julie's here too.
Hey, Julie.
We were talking about, how objects can be really cool, but what's really neat is when we know the story behind the objects. Mm-hmm. And this one has a little story. So the family did a little write-up about this, and this is what they said. The nursing students used to be called Angels of Mercy, which I just love that.
That's beautiful.
They walked across the parking lot in the morning to the hospital. They stood out with their crisp white uniform, polished white shoes, starched hat, and the beautiful blue cape. And that is this.
Yes.
Love it. Mm-hmm. People were in awe when they saw these nurses. Our mom, Mary LaMasha, was one of these Angels of Mercy. Mm. She graduated in September 1938 from the A. Barton Hepburn School of Nursing. And I just thought that was great, that they gave us all of this information about this.
That's wonderful.
Not only that, and I was showing this to the kids as well, they even sent along photographs. So that makes this really special.
It sure does.
So this is Mary LaMasha's graduating class. So there's the whole class. There's a little bit of a glare on there because I think they took a picture of a picture. Mm. But it's really cool that we have that to go along with the cape. It gives us that historical background.
Those uniforms are so crisp and white, and
I know, I just love the old nurses' uniforms are really cool.
Yes, and they look very proud, don't they?
They do. Pretty amazing.
Do we know where the owner of the cape is?
I am looking for her in there, but I don't know exactly who she is in here. There's a couple of Marys in there, so I'm not quite sure. But the other really cool thing is that we have a picture of her wearing the cape.
Oh.
which I absolutely love,
Yes.
which I think is pretty special.
That
So
is special.
it's really neat just to have this whole story of this. So we could do a really nice exhibit about the A. Barton Hepburn School of Nursing, because I have some yearbooks and that kind of thing. And this is so special because we know the background of it, which I think is really neat.
And you were telling me that you made that point to your students.
I did. Yes. Yes.
How did you explain it? Because you brought in a cannonball, right?
I did. I brought in a cannonball, and I said to them, "Hey, this cannonball, it's kind of neat, right?" And I let the kids touch the cannonball, and they passed it around. I said, "But what's really special is that I know where this cannonball came from. I know that it came from Chimney Island. I know that there was a major battle of the French and Indian War there. So that gives me that provenance, that historical background." On that object. So it's not just a bunch of old stuff. We need to know the stories behind those things.
Wow. And so if somebody brings an object into the museum, it would be absolutely wonderful if there were a story attached to it.
Yes, yes. That's what makes them special.
And I bet you got your students thinking about if there's something old in their home, why is it here? And why did somebody think it was special enough to save?
Right, right. So there's a lot of things we have in our homes that, maybe are gathering dust, but why? Why do we have these things?
Wow.
Yeah, so it's something to think about.
Yeah, well, we're certainly appreciative of the folks who saved this, kept it in such great condition, and then brought it here with the story.
Yes, yes, it's great.
So
Great.
that's wonderful, Julie. Are there any events coming up that maybe you want to share with folks?
Well, we have our new hours starting now. So Wednesdays and Thursdays we're open 10 to 1, and Sunday we're open 11 to 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've added another hour, it sounds like,
have.
during the weekday?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And we also have a children's program coming up on October 12th, Spooky Ogdensburg. And you can just register on our website to bring your kids or grandkids. And it's a free event. So that should be really fun.
That's wonderful.
Yep. Usually there's a story, there's a craft for them to do, and usually some type of activity.
And would I be out of line in mentioning that you have generously donated one of your ghost walks, a personalized ghost walk to a
Yes.
lucky bidder at the Frederick Remington Art Museum's Cowboy Ball, which is coming up this Friday.
Yes, and you'll be able to bring yourself and 3 friends
Yep.
on that tour, and I will guide you through. And we also have a ghost walk coming up on October 25th as well.
That's great.
So yeah,
Wonderful.
lots of stuff happening.
Lots of stuff.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, come on down and see us.
That's
And
right.
share your stories and your objects with those stories,
Yes.
if you can.
Yeah,
Well, this has been another great What's New Wednesday, Julie. Sounds like we got some visitors here.
we do.
All right. So with that, we'll say goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.